Okay, so it looks like this is live. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. This is on chapter 8, section, I think question 11. Sorry, ignore this, please. Sorry. Just gonna close a few windows here and pull up this. Sharing my screen. Okay, so sent to everyone. Okay, so this should hopefully be working now, and you should be able to now see the problem. So I'm going to bring up the homework so you can see it here within the page. So the question asks, it's 8:11. So the question asks, I guess I'll try and hide some of this. Okay, so it says, suppose the 2017 financial statements of 3M Company report net sales here of 23.9 billion. Accounts receivable net are 3.3 billion. And then, and that's at the beginning of the year, that's important to note. And then at the end of the year at 3.55 billion at the end of the year. So as you can see through your reading and through the exercises for required studying, you can see that the question, well, their question they're asking here is to compute 3M Company's receivable turnover. So the way that the formula for receivable turnover is here, and it is going to be net credit sales. So it's going to be this net sales right here. And then the average divided by the average net receivables. So what we're going to do is we are going to take the 239 million divided 23.9 billion, sorry, divided by the average net receivables. And here we have two receivables. So what we're going to do is take this equals 23.9 divided by, and put a parentheses around it so that we can appropriately do our order of operations, and do 3.3 billion plus 3.55 billion. And then we are going to divide that by 2 and then put another set of parentheses around it. Sorry. Make this easier all in one for you guys, okay? And the answer for that is going to give you, so again here we want to receive here, the reason we're adding these, the 3.3 and the 3.5 together and dividing it by 2 is so we can get the average of the net receivables at the beginning and the end. And I did that math here, and that actually here, I did it separately, and it's equals 3.425. So you can do it separately or together all in one formula if you're choosing to use Excel. So here it gets you the answer of here at 6.987. I'll make this a little bit bigger for you guys so you can see it. Okay, that's good. So that makes it 6.978. And here it asks for us to round the answer to one decimal place. So because of the fact that this is a 6.97 and 7 is something you would round up, that gives you an answer of 7 for the turnover ratio. Accounts receivable turnover ratio is 7 times on that one. So from there, the next question that they ask you is to calculate 3M Company's average collection period for accounts receivable in days. So the way that we're going to do that is with the formula the average collection period equals 365 divided by the accounts receivable turnover ratio. So I used the number that we'd gotten before, not the 6.97, but instead the 7 total number. So since that was what it had asked for. So here, what I did is I did 365, which is this B16 cell, and then I divided it by 7, which was the receivables turnover ratio that we got in part A, and I equaled those out, and it gets you 52.14 2. So, and here it asks for you to round the answer to 1 decimal place again. So as a result, this is a 4 after the 1. So we are going to leave it as it is by rounding that down and leave it at 52.1. So the answer for B for the average collection period is 52.1. So, which is really nice that if you follow these simple formulas and just make sure that on this piece for the receivables turnover ratio, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not confusing any of you by mixing up my words here sometimes, so I apologize. But that the average, that as long as you are using the appropriate numbers given to you, such as net sales and net account receivables, and applying those into the formula correctly, and then to add these together and then divide them by 2 to get the average. You'll make sure and get the correct numbers there, and then using that same number that you used to answer the question previously for the receivables turnover ratio in order to get the average collection period. But I hope that helps, and I appreciate your guys' time. And if there is anything else that I can do to help you guys and answer your questions, please don't hesitate to let me know, and I'd be happy to help.